What is up, my viewers and subscribers? Mike here, and this is going to be my last video until the week before WrestleMania, in which case I will do a WrestleMania 28 predictions video, and then after WrestleMania I will do a WrestleMania review, and I will confirm whether I am still a fan of WWE or if I give up on it. Because WrestleMania lately has sorely been lacking, and I think that's partly, I think most of that has to do with the fact that WWE has gotten so big that they think there's no possible way the fans can turn away from them. But I will set an example for next year. If WrestleMania completely blows like it has been for these past 3 years, I will stop watching WWE altogether. Now, this, and after I do my review, I will take another leave of absence until the foreseeable future. So here we go. So I wanted to take this time to do a pros and cons video, because I only did like one that one time, and here is my pros and cons of the WWE 12 video game. And what the video game is, it's an adaptation of the previous SmackDown vs. Raw games. It's basically a reboot. I don't even know if I said that other word right. Adaptation, whatever. But it is a reboot of the previous SmackDown vs. Raw games. And, basically there are some things that I like, and, just like any other game, there's some things I don't like. Let's start with what I do like, the pros. The universe mode is a lot of fun. You get to, create your own storylines. Universe mode. In universe mode, I'm actually playing the game right now. But whatever. In universe mode, they add plot to it. They actually add plot to Road to WrestleMania. Like, I don't want to spoil the whole thing, but not Road to WrestleMania, universe mode. Yeah, universe mode. They actually add story to universe mode. They actually add plot to it, because I don't want to spoil everything. Of course, most of you watching this probably already went through the first year, so most of this stuff already happened to you. But there's a lot of stuff, like Brock Lesnar returning and beating the holy hell out of John Cena. That was awesome. And not only that, but also Demolition returning, and the commentary, like Jerry Lawler, he actually announces that they came out of retirement to take on the best tag teams that WWE has to offer. So yeah, I'm really hoping for that tag team title match. No, but like, And Road to WrestleMania, the stories are some of the most epic. Some of the most epic stories. They have the most epic endings. The final the final ending, for those of you who haven't beat it yet, I beat it in like one day. It took me like maybe 8 hours to beat it. Uh, you know, I beat Road to WrestleMania in like one day. Uh, but whatever. Um, you know, like there are lots of good things about this. Like the comeback modes, uh, the wake up taunts, you can like make them stand up by themselves and do the finisher that way. And I haven't tried create arena, but I'm getting to it. I'm gonna get to it. It's been a lot of fun. Now let's get to the cons, things that I don't like about the game. First and foremost, my favorite feature of every game has always been the backstage brawling, the backstage arenas. I've always been a I've always been a fan favorite of those. What you know, and what this doesn't deliver is a solid brawling experience for that for the guy that doesn't like to uh, necessarily fight in the ring. For the player that likes to go to the backstage area and tear it up. This is not a game for that fan because it is so. They don't even have finishers. You can't even use your finisher in this one. In Free Brawl, uh, it's it's so ridiculous, and you're only allowed to do like repetitive uh, repetitive European uppercuts or back suplexes or whatever. You can trip them or something, and you're not allowed to even do groggy grapples. You're not allowed to do any of that stuff. Uh, it's very limited in this game. Not a whole lot of stuff going on there. And another thing is in universe mode, I recently have tried to recreate the WCW show. Unfortunately, you can't do that unless you replace a show, and then it's still their show. I was told to there's this feature called the join in roster thing where you pick the roster of a show and you attach it to another brand, and that doesn't suit me. I don't want it. I don't want them to be on Raw or SmackDown. I want them to be on their own show. I had to replace superstars in order to make Nitro its own show. Do you realize how stupid that looks? Only 3 matches. The reason why I wanted to resurrect WCW is not for the same reason that anyone would think. I didn't do it for Kevin Nash. I didn't do it for the NWO. I did it because there was a point in time where WCW was just like TNA was when it got its start. WCW did that. WCW used to do that sort of thing before TNA did it. The cruiserweights, the high flying stuff, all of those great moments. The original WCW was not intended to be this wild and out of control show. It was not until Bischoff took control that it was like that. It was just intended to be great wrestling, and that's all. But they wanted to compete with WWE, which, why would you even want to waste your time with a company that can't even why would you want to waste your time on a company that was only successful during one period, like during one decade? They was only successful during one era, and that's the Attitude Era. But now they're slipping. But WCW was, it was great back when they didn't use Hulk Hogan and Nash and all them. When they didn't use WWE rejects. When they used their own guys. Like Rey Mysterio and Chris Jericho and Eddie Guerrero, rest in peace. All kinds of guys they used back before Eric Bischoff took over and made it, look like this raunchy sort of company. And the gameplay, you can't even, like when you're running at someone, you can't even knock them down unless they're like really weak. When you're doing like running strikes, it's really stupid. And there's a lot of stuff that I don't like about this. And also, the fact that they bring actual realism kind of distracts from me wanting to do what I want to do in universe mode. The fact that superstars can actually get sidelined in this. And while that is good for the realistic type gamer, that is not good for someone who wants Undertaker to have a match at WrestleMania and he gets injured before WrestleMania and I have to wait till he returns at WrestleMania so that he can hit CM Punk with a steel chair and then leave. No match. I have to wait till the next time around. That does not suit me. And, and also, just like every other WWE game, the created superstar gets no respect. The created superstar is constantly being made out to be a complete failure in the cutscenes of this storyline. Just like every other game, you don't actually succeed until the very end. You always, like, your created guy is always fucking up somehow until the very end, and it's annoying. It's like, can't this guy ever win anything? It's really ridiculous. It's like, Sheamus and Triple H, they're out there burying people, and Jacob Cass attempts a moonsault and he botches it. He botches the moonsault, the springboard moonsault. He attempts the springboard moonsault and he botches it. they always make the created superstar in the games look like a complete failure. It took them 12 years 12 years to actually allow the created superstar to have his own ring announced, to have his own name announced. It took them 12 years for you to be able to pick a first and last name for your guy and it would be announced. It took them 12 years to do that. THQ does not respect created superstars. Now I know they're just made up, they're make-believe, but come on. Shouldn't they have a little recognition for the fact that you brought them into the game? Like, the fact that these people are creations of the players. Original, exclusive creations. But whatever. You know, it is what it is. Created superstars always get stuck with the Jackass storyline where he sucks until the very end. So, that's it for me. I have nothing left to say. You know, rate, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. And I will be taking an extended leave until the week before WrestleMania. You know, and after my predictions video and my review, I will be taking another extended leave. So I'll see you whenever, I guess.